So now let's talk about balancing chemical equations. And balancing chemical equations is one of the topics that students often struggle with and find it hard to solve. So in this video, we'll try as much as possible to clarify this for you guys, and hopefully by the end of the video, balancing chemical equations won't be rocket science for you. So let's get started. Well, balancing chemical equations is based on the idea that mass is neither created nor destroyed. So everything must be balanced, and the mass on both sides must be balanced, and the same thing applies for elements. So you don't find a new element on the other side of the equation. And let's start. Well, here are some examples that I prepared for you guys, so let's solve them together. Well, the first step you need to do is you have to split your equation into two sides. So we have the left hand side and the right hand side over here. Now the next thing you need to do is write down the individual elements. So let's see. Now we have hydrogen, we have oxygen, hydrogen and oxygen. Now let's see. Here we have two atoms of hydrogen. The subscript indicates that there are two. And here also we have two oxygens. On the right hand side we have also two hydrogens and one oxygen. Now you see here the oxygens are not balanced. Here there's a 2, here there's the 1. We need to balance this and solve this problem. Now what we need to do is here multiply the water molecule by 2, and that makes hydrogen become 4 and oxygen become 2. Now you think this is counterproductive because hydrogen was already balanced? No, it's not. Bear with me, guys. So the next thing, now hydrogen is not balanced. Well, you only multiply this side by 2, so you multiply the hydrogen here by 2 and hydrogen becomes 4, and voila, you have your balanced equation. Now let's move on to a harder example. Well, here this chemical reaction involves metals and nonmetals. Now the first thing, if you have such reactions, you need to balance the metals first. So the first thing you need to do is balance the metals. The second thing you need to do is balance the nonmetals, excluding oxygen and hydrogen, and the last step you need to do is balance the oxygens and the hydrogens. Now let's get started. Well, first we list our elements, which are sodium, carbon, oxygen and hydrogen. Now same thing here, sodium, carbon, oxygen and hydrogen. Now let's balance. Well, we have one sodium here, one carbon, and one oxygen here, and a 2 there, so a total of 3, and one hydrogen. That's that. The next, we have 2 sodium here, 1 carbon, and 3 oxygen here, 1 here, so a total of 4, and lastly we have 2 hydrogens. Now let's balance. Well, we said we start with the metals, and where are the metals here? The sodium. So the sodium, there's 1 here and a 2 there, 2, so we multiply here by 2, so this becomes a 2. Now this also changes the oxygens. Now we have 4 oxygens and we have 2 hydrogens. Now we check, is our elements balanced? Yes. 2 here and a 2 there, 1 here and a 1 there, 4 and 4, 2 and 2, so voila, you have your balanced chemical equation. Easy, simple, straightforward. Now in the next video we're gonna solve a more complicated example, so stay tuned and try to solve these examples on your own again if you had trouble doing them. And if you want to advance to a higher level of equations, watch my next video and good luck.